What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G, the two-gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. Alright, I just got a quick little minute here because Oregon Al has just made a quick pit stop down at the store and we just finished Judge Dredd Block War. And you're not going to believe how much fun we had in this game. In fact, we want to sit down and talk to you about it. So why don't we get right down to the table, set things up, so the minute Oregon Al gets back, we can start talking. All right, I'll see you at the table. All right, so 20-sided shots.
Yeah.
You got me again. I rarely do the 20-sided shots.
Yeah, he's back.
I'm here. With Oregon Al.
That's right.
And we just kicked each other's butts.
A Judge Dredd Block Wars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, now before we start this, I just want to say that I'd heard about this game for about a year now.
Yeah.
And I was really excited to get this game. I kind of fought a little bit to try to get a copy of this game. And I did.
Yeah.
And so far during the week, I've really loved everything I've done. During the unboxing, I loved the comic book artwork that they use exactly on the card.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Thematically, this game is perfect. It's just right out of the park.
Yeah.
I played a couple of full games, get used to the rules a little bit, and shoot the setup and how to play. And I thought to myself, this game is a little harsh.
Yeah, it is brutal.
Now, actually, after playing a real game with another human being,
Yeah.
I gotta say that there have been complaints about. I've read a lot of complaints about the rules on this game.
Right.
And what I noticed when I got this copy is it says updated.
Yeah.
Updated January 31st this year, 2019. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, okay, that's good. I'm coming into this now thinking to myself, it's a clean slate.
Right, everything's worked out.
I didn't notice a problem with my faux playthrough. But playing now,
Yeah.
I did notice that I was still having problems with the rulebook.
Yeah.
And I hadn't noticed that until I actually sat down and played with
Right.
you.
Right.
So I just want to start off saying that.
Yeah.
And Alex too had a little bit of a problem with a few points in the rulebook the way that it was played.
Yeah. But we worked through it. It's all there. It's just where it is can be a little bit confusing. But all the information's there. So we managed to sort out all of our confusion. It just took me looking at it a couple times because the main thing was like the illustrations. None of them have the perp deck or the judge deck on them. So you have to go to the original setup with where the judge deck should be.
Yeah, all the way in the beginning of the game, it tells you this is on this side, that's on that side.
And if you get that wrong, you mess yourself up.
Yeah.
Which is what we did. But
so if these illustrations had just had the decks added in the illustrations,
yeah, it would be clear. Yeah. But as I said, you do one game, it's a learning game, and learning games always have mistakes. So,
and that's why it's better to do it with another person,
so that you see what actually comes up.
Because if I think it looks right, it's right.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's right. When you have another pair of eyes looking at you, that's when you may notice problems that you missed. And that's exactly what happened between the other week and now.
Yeah.
But now that we got that out of the way, so I wanted to get back, because that's a little negative, and I wanted to start with that. I always like starting with that.
Because now it's all good.
Now it's all good. Well, good-ish. It's not as bad. I'll tell you that right now. Everything else we're saying is, that was the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
We just started at. So we finished our actual game.
Yeah, we did.
Player 1.
Player 1.
Player 2. Alex hadn't even watched, and not even our videos. He hadn't watched any videos. He didn't look at a PDF of the rules.
I went into this cold.
Now, I think my explanation of the game to you in the beginning was pretty solid.
Yeah, no, it was on point.
And it was like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes to explain everything.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Okay, so I like that, because I thought it seemed like a quick game.
Yeah, me too.
And after sitting there and seeing that it was a quick game for you to learn and for me to teach, that confirmed that.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a bonus I want to say right up front about this game.
Yeah, this is definitely a filler game that you can get done. I mean, if we took out explaining the game and figuring it out, 20 minutes, I think is probably how long it took us to actually play the game.
Yeah, the box advertises 15 minutes, and I'm sure that if you and another player both know the rules very intimately, you've played the game a lot, so you already have strategies in your head.
Yeah.
I'm sure 10, 15 minutes is all it's going to take.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Once you get this game down, it's going to just be bam and you're done.
And at least 2, maybe several more, but there was a couple of references in the rulebook they did make the upcoming expansion.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah, so am I. Because there's some things like all the judges have back facings. Of course, that's not a judge. That's an action. Of course, I keep. Okay, so they all have the back actions.
Right.
But none of them have a back attack.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm waiting to see what kind of judge has a back attack.
That's got to come in
expansion.
the expansions. Yep.
See, and right there. Just look at that. Right there. I didn't even think about that, but we're already expecting an expansion, and we're looking forward to it.
Well, and they also have on these cards it goes up to 9, and I didn't see any. Maybe we missed them. We didn't go through that many perp cards. So maybe there's a perp card in here that gives you action points, but we didn't see any.
No, and between what I did and between tonight with us, I'm pretty sure I have now seen every card in this deck.
Yeah.
And nothing at all I saw raise. It gives you more action points to raise it. And even if it gave you more action points, you've already probably spent action points.
Yeah.
So is it, I don't know. Yeah, this has got to be for something else.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what comes.
Definitely see.
But I appreciate that they planned ahead.
Yeah.
For that to be a possibility.
Yeah. Yeah, that shows the faith that Game and Curry has in this.
Yeah.
When companies wait to see if it becomes popular, they're on the fence. But when someone like a Game and a Curry right from the get-go is like, not only are we going to tell everyone there's expansions coming out, but we're going to plant seeds in the core game
to make you expect it.
To make you expect it for when it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really like when a publisher does that.
Yeah, me too.
It makes me more confident in the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now, the game had suggested, and I mentioned this if you watched the live playthrough, the game suggests that the gate-destroyed cards be placed underneath your open-closed gate, but it's a little bit, not a lot, but it's a little bit of a hassle having especially if you have anything on or near that card to then manipulate around. So we were just keeping these on the side and just throwing them down when it got destroyed. If you watch the video, that's why we were doing that. It's not written like that in the rules. We know. But
yeah, that works well for us. I don't see any advantage to putting it underneath the gate.
No, just
it takes up a little less table space, which is nice if you're playing on a small coffee table or something.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have any extra space, which this game doesn't take up that much table space anyway.
No, it really doesn't.
I think the way we did it.
It was a little awkward for the live shot that we did. Because we weren't able, the way my setup is, I wasn't able to do it lengthwise on the table. We had to do it widthwise. But even with that, setting up the street, we had room.
Yeah. It really didn't take up that much space, and we got a good, fill the frame shot.
Yeah, we did. And we had room on the side. It wasn't, literally falling off the edge of the table.
Yeah, you guys have seen this table, and you've seen when games take up the whole thing. This was not one of those games.
No, those times we have to set up the folding tables on the side just for your character cards and everything, because there's no room on this tiny little table like it. Well, it's not tiny, but for this purpose it is. It's just one of those folding tables you get at Target. It's 3 feet wide. That's it.
Yep.
But, so that's also a good point. Yeah, that doesn't take up a big footprint.
No. It's very portable. Being quick, being this small, and taking up, that little space, this is a game you can carry around with you and bust it out when you have 15 minutes with a buddy. Oh yeah, this easily fits in a purse or a satchel, a messenger bag, anything like that. Or a backpack, you could definitely just throw this in. And what's that? It's nothing. They put no thought into this whatsoever. But you know what? That did work. Yeah. They don't need to. They don't need to. That works great the way it is, and it holds the cards nice. It keeps them in there. I know because I've been taking this back and forth, reading the rules and everything on the train, going to work and such, and it kept everything in there nice and perfect. Nice, yeah. And we'll see. With the expansion, you can just pull the insert out and put in a new insert, or set the cards side by side if there's enough cards in there to hold it. So definitely make that work.
So no, overall, the gameplay itself, you acquire action points and then you spend action points.
Right.
We didn't find any need whatsoever to use the tracker because every turn we spent our 5 points pretty much right away.
Yeah, it's not too hard to keep track of. It's nice that they have a tracker.
Yeah, it is. But we found it completely unnecessary, and I think most gamers will find it unnecessary.
Yeah.
As far as the usage of the action points, it's very fast, very fluid.
Yes. You're either picking up cards or playing cards out of your hand, or you're flipping gates, and so it's really straightforward. If it doesn't have a cost, then it costs 1. If it has a cost, then it has whatever cost is on the card, so it's easy.
Now, part of the real strategy of this game happens with the programmability.
Yeah.
Because the way it's set up is the judges are going to attack simultaneously the gate that they are facing.
Yeah.
And after those two sides make their attack, if there's an open gate behind the judge, then that other player gets to go.
Yep.
So you are able to try to read what's going to happen beforehand.
And set yourself up to...
And we both worked that out a couple of times. A couple of times it failed, and a couple of times we hit gold.
Yeah, a couple of times it was like, they killed each other, and
I mean, it actually kind of happened bing, bang, boom. I kind of hit gold at first.
Yep.
Knocking out 2 of your gates.
Yeah.
And then I predicted, don't be excited about this.
Yeah.
And sure enough, next turn...
I knocked out 3 of his gates. Yeah.
Awful. And then the next turn after that...
you knocked out another of my gates, and... I mean, we both ended up with 1 gate left, and then you destroyed my last gate.
Down to the wire. And I only got a chance to destroy his gate because I got lucky and I drew a card, the foam, that I was able to use to destroy his gate.
Yeah.
That part came down to pure luck. You try to set things up and program things, but things are still going to come down to luck when you're dealing with a game that you're drawing cards from.
Well, and it's great. Like, I liked that... I didn't expect it at first, that there was going to be ways to force the gates open.
Yeah.
And
tech judges.
So I was set up and I'm like, I've got all these closed gates. I don't need to protect these. It's fine. He's not going to be able to open them. Sure enough.
You want to hit you with a tech judge and a sniper.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I like that there's a lot to think about, and there's more than just like, oh, this is what's on the board, this is what's going to happen. It's like, no, you have to think about what your opponent's going to do and what could come out of the judge deck.
Yeah, that's the wild card, I think, in this game, is the judge deck.
Yeah.
And I really like what they call twist shuffling, because the judge decks have a front and a back facing.
Yeah, that's a cool way to do it.
And the way you take half the deck apart and then you just twist it and then you shuffle. And as I suggested in the setup that if it's your very first game, you might want to do that a couple of times.
Yeah.
To really help mix up the cards. But that is such an ingenious and simple.
No, it's great. I haven't seen a game do it before, and I can't imagine why. It's a great way to do it. The backs are symmetrical, so when you do it, you can't tell which one. Which player the card's going to hit.
And then you just draw them all out the same way every time.
Yep.
And, we decided what was on this, just this out flip. So that means the rookie judge is facing here. I was player 2. The next one, the veteran judge, is facing this way. That was Alex, player 1. But then there's also really cool cards, the flashbangs.
Yeah.
That you can then use on any judge in the street and turn their facing. And I think I got you with that in the last turn.
Yeah, we both got each other with that.
Yeah, you got me, I think, twice earlier in the game with that.
Yeah.
That was that's what made me think to do it to you.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Yeah. No, it's manipulating the street and the judges there is a big part of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we destroyed a couple of your games.
I think 2 out of the 3 gates you destroyed were completely just from manipulation of the street.
Yeah. So...
And it almost got to... I mean, we had 1 gate each. It could have very easily got to the point where the judges destroyed both of ours.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That was... it's not like some games... I'm not going to say which tiny game. But it's not like some games where we play and we don't feel any threat at all.
No.
I felt almost as much of a threat from the judges as you.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the judges... And part of it, too, is like, well, which judges are my opponent going to kill? And how is that going to affect where the judges end up sliding? Because it's like, oh, well, they destroyed my gate. I'm fine. The other judges, there's no one facing that way except the one right next to it. And then they slide down and destroy your next gate. So,
and you also have to plan, and this is something I find interesting too for your tactics, is you have to actually plan killing judges.
Yeah.
because they're worth victory points. And if the judges destroy all the gates on both sides, that's the only way you're going to determine a winner.
Yeah.
And I really wasn't thinking that during the game.
No, I caught that like 3/4 of the way through. It's like, hey, we probably should have taking these guys because that kind of matters.
Yeah, it does. So if you're playing the game, keep that definitely in mind. At times, it becomes really easy to manipulate the street to take out your opponent, or with a sniper like I used. But ultimately, it comes down to, just protect your ass.
Yeah.
And in this game, that means taking out judges and getting some victory points in case you need it, because it can literally turn on a turn.
Oh, yeah.
You could be sitting there thinking that's not a possibility.
And then sure enough.
And by the end of the next player's turn, that already happened.
Yep.
This, that's a good point. This game turns like the tide.
Yeah, no, it's really dynamic, but it's also, I mean, the streets are random, pretty random to a point, but you can generally see kind of what's coming, and it's really about trying to predict what your opponent's going to do. I think that's really what it comes down to, because what your opponent does is going to be what changes the streets and where you need to realign your guys.
Now, I think this game has great potential for replayability.
I agree.
It will eventually hit a dead end, only because of the limitation of the cards.
Yeah.
So, again, going back to the fact that they've already advertised the upcoming expansions, I think that is going to make this replayable game even more replayable down the road.
I agree. I mean, making these decks bigger just adds more variety and makes it more interesting.
And it did say that they're going to, because there are cards, it didn't come up in this game because there's no reason for it to, but some of the judge cards have factions on them.
Yeah, I think everything in the base game, it looked like were all the judges.
Yeah.
Or the justice.
So, of course, anyone that's watched any of my other Judge Dredd videos for any of the games has probably already heard me say I love the side department. If I could be any department judge, give me psychic powers and put me in the side judges. So I am really hoping that is the next expansion.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Get some Judge Anderson going on in here.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our first thought on the game.
Yeah.
And that's a big double thumbs up from me.
2 thumbs up from me.
All right. And you know what? We may have another one of these videos with Anthony and Ryan, I think, get their first thoughts on it.
Yeah, why not?
That'd be nice. That'll be in a couple of weeks because it's going to be a couple of weeks before everyone is here at the same time again. But keep your eye out for that. There'll definitely be a 20-sided shots from Ryman and from T-Bone. That'll be fun to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a playthrough from them, too.
Yeah, that'd be good. I mean, it's quick.
And then the winner of that will take me on.
Yeah.
You like that idea?
Winner take all.
Rock it! All right, so thank you, everyone, for checking us out on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter.
Yeah.
Thank you for checking out our official
Oh, man.
official Two Gun Pixie Zazzle store. Whole bunch of cool, nerdy shirts. I wish this was one of my designs, but it's not. Neither is this.
Nah.
But check it out. It may be something that you see and you like.
Yeah,
Got
definitely.
a couple of t-shirts moving, but I still think the #1 seller is the Potion of Healing Stein. Seems to be the one that's moving the most.
Yeah.
And I don't even have one of those myself yet. I'm going to have to order one.
Yeah.
That'd be nice sitting on the table right here. All right, so, and thank you for coming right here to join Oregon Al, myself, and the rest of the 20-Sided Warriors here on YouTube.
Yeah.
We love it when you guys subscribe, you watch, you like, you comment, you share our videos.
Every time.
It makes us so happy. So thank you very much, everyone. I'm your buddy Big Johnny G. With me is the 20-Sided Warrior.
Oregon Al.
Oregon Al. Yeah, you remember that. And we are out of here. I got some pretty good ones.
Perfect. I can move in.
So I'll be edited out.
Yep. Plenty of time.
So yeah, we're just gonna be doing a 2-person 20-sided shots.
I like it.
like I did the other week with Anthony.
Cool. Very cool.
So I think it looks pretty centered.
Yeah.
What do you think? You think it's good? Gary Sam needs to say how's my hair. No. Okay.
I can't even see it.
That's fine. We can pull this stuff up.
Yeah.
All right. So. Oh, and I'm going to do this intro separate, so I'm not going to, just let you know.
Gotcha.
In case you're bracing yourself for the scream. It's okay.
Gotcha.
At the end, though, brace yourself. I don't have my glasses on. It looks like the focus is...
I think the focus is right.
There we go. That looks better.
Yeah.
All right, so 20-sided shots.
Yeah.